Hello, my name is Charles, and in today's video, this is episode 3.5 of How to Code, starting off with the Java series. And today we're going to show you what are called for each loops. So for each loops iterate, like we were talking about, loops iterate through a data set or a cluster of information, and for each loops iterate through like for each item in an array or each item in an array list, or like the common ways we use it. And so I will show you how to do that. So let's say you have a string of fruits or an array of fruits, and it is, apples, bananas, and watermelon. So let's say that is your array, and you're like, okay, well now Charles, how do I let's say this was a list of every available fruit, right? And it was a really, really long list, and you're like, a really, really long array, and you're like, man, I don't know how I'm going to get through all of this. What you do is you do for string, because that's the data type, for string fruits. Sorry, the spelling is a bit odd. Bada bing, bada boom. And then system.out.println fruit. All right, now, do we think this is going to work? So basically what this is saying is, here's this string array, and I'll teach you what arrays are. Arrays are essentially like a data type or a list of something that contain, it's a fixed size list. It contains all elements of the same data type starting at the index 0. So apples is 0, 1, and 2. And so what this is saying for, the data type, which is string, which for the fruit, so that's each little thing it iterates. And the list that it's going to iterate through is the fruits. So it's I'll do this. So if I run it, now it's going to, employ a bunch of packages here because we're using Replit. Don't worry about this. We're going to see how the output looks because, when you're in that job market, it matters whether or not you can get the result they're looking for. Oh, for some reason it was like, oh, it didn't work. And now that we're wondering oh, what's going on? What is going on? Well, I think what is going on is we didn't put this in main. Is essentially what happened. No big deal. We're going to put this in main. And now, it should be just fine. Boom, apples, bananas, watermelons. Okay, so now that it's in main, it prints out properly. So what is the great thing about for each loops is basically, in other words, it is for each item in a data set, array, or list of information, do something. That is basically the essential function, and this allows you to print out a list, whatever list, or to do some data crunching. And so for always, in terms of the syntax, if you're wondering what are the building blocks of this for each loop, it is going to be for the data type, so in this case string, the variable name, and then the list or thing to iterate through. And that is the basic structure. This will be super useful in your programming journey. This will be a shorter video, just straight and to the point. I hope this helps you, and I will show you future projects on how you can do some awesome things with for each loops. My name is Charles, much love, and this is How to Code, episode 3.5, for each loops.